Okay, today we're going to learn how to divide decimals. Alright, how to divide decimals. First thing you're going to do is make the divisor outside of the house a whole number by multiplying by the appropriate power of 10, which just means to move the decimal all the way to the right. Second step, you're going to multiply the dividend inside the house by the same power of 10. Add zeros if it is necessary. So you're pretty much going to move the decimal and the dividend the same number of places as you did for the divisor. You're going to float the decimal and the dividend straight up and then divide. So let's look at example number 1. The first number, just like when we did fractions, the top number always goes inside the house. So we have 3 45/100 divided by 15. Which both of these are negative, and we're going to talk about the sign. There are no decimals to move in the divisor, 15, so we're just going to go ahead and divide. We don't have to move any decimals. So, 15 doesn't go into 3, so we're going to put 0 and float our decimal up. 15 would go into 34 2 times. 15 times 2 is 30. When you subtract, you get 4. Let's bring down our 5. 15 goes in 45 3 times. 15 times 3 is even 45. When you subtract, you have no remainder. So, looking at our answer and looking at our problem, we have negative signs. Same signs when we divide is positive. So our answer is a positive 23 hundredths. Example number 2. We have a negative 18 hundredths divided by 3 hundredths. The first number will go in the house. So, there we go. And now, we do have a decimal in the divisor, so we're moving the decimal to the end. Then we're going to do the same thing to the dividend. So, move that decimal to the end. We're actually multiplying by the appropriate power of 10. If we move it 2 places to the right, in the divisor, we have to move it the same amount to in the dividend. So that now just gives us 18 divided by 3. Super easy, goes in 6 times evenly. And a negative divided by a positive will give us a negative different sign, so our answer is a negative 6. Example number 3. We have 8 76 hundredths divided by a negative 2.4. Also different signs, so our answer will be negative. So let's go ahead and put that first number in the house. Okay, now that our problem is set up, we have to move the decimal to the end in the divisor because we do have a decimal. We can always have we cannot have decimals outside the house, but we can inside because all we do is float it up. But outside will not do. So we're going to move that one place to the right to take it to the end. And inside the house, don't get confused, we are not going to move it to the end on the inside, we move it the same amount. So we're only moving it over one place. That gives us 87 6/10 divided by 24. Now we're good to go. There's no decimals on the outside of the house. There's one on the inside, but that's okay. Alright, now we're ready. 24 would go into 87 3 times. 24 times 3 is 72. When you subtract, you get 15. Going to bring our 6 down. And we also need to float that decimal up. Don't forget the decimal. 24 will go into 156 6 times. 24 times 6 is 144. When you subtract, you get 12. Now we have a remainder and no numbers to bring down, so we're going to add a 0 and bring it down. 24 will go into 120 5 times. 24 times 5 is an even 120, and we get a remainder of 0. As mentioned before, a positive divided by a negative, different signs, will give us a negative answer. So our answer is a negative 3 65 hundredths. Alright, try these on your own. See what you can do.